Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be speaking about Dawn of War 3 and we're going to, well, basically this video is going to be an update to the previous Elite and Army Painter video which I did about, I think it was about a week ago now. Since that video was based in the beta and the full game is out now, they've added a whole amount of other elites into the game, so I wanted to make an updated video covering the new elites added to each faction. So that's what this video is going to be about, because there's actually some quite interesting characters and elites that they've actually put in, which of course is made me a bit happy, and hopefully it may make you a bit happy as well. So let's jump in and let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the actual Space Marine faction. Now, if you remember from the last video, we had Gabriel Angelos, we had the Death Watch, which we have here, and we have the Knights, what's she called? Salaria, that's the word. And we also had two others. We had the Librarian, and we also had the Assault Terminators. Now, if I just click on good old Gabe over here, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 new units been added to the game. So let's start with Chaplain Diomedes. Now, I'm sure a lot of people will remember the name Diomedes. He was a huge character back in the Dawn of War series, and hey, he is now a chaplain. It's Chaplain Diomedes, everyone. So this is Chaplain Diomedes. With these new units, these new elite units, you can buy in with skulls. You get skulls from playing the single player or playing multiplayer games. You see down here, I've got 235 skulls. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to buy Chaplain Diomedes to show you how it works. So I do that, and then I press unlock, and you have acquired Chaplain Diomedes. And of course, these are all his skills and stuff all the way up here. His doctrines, his stats and stuff, his offense, defense, utility, difficulty, and stuff like that. This character, I think, is there you go, all the way at the top left. He's a support / tank character. So yeah, that is Chaplain Diomedes. I'll just spin him around a bit. The actual model looks, I think it looks very, very nice. It does look like a really nice Chaplain model. It reminds me of the one just off the GW website. I don't know if anyone knows that one. I think it's quite an old model now, but that was one of my favourite GW models with Chaplains. Right, if we go back and then click on this chap here. Now, this is an Imperial Knight Paladin, so it's different from the Knight I keep forgetting the name. The Knight Salaria. This is a whole new different knight, and as you can see down here, it actually matches the unit that you play with in multiplayer. So if I, for example, I actually made 5th Company Black Blood Angels before, but if I change these to, say, Ultramarines, let's go with the Ultramarines, of course. I'm sure that will trigger some people. Then we go back to here. You can see now it is basically an Ultramarine knight. It's got all like the Ultramarine symbols on it and stuff like that. So whatever chapter you take, it basically represents that chapter on the battlefield. It's got a chainsword, well, chain blade, I should say, and it's got the cannon on the side. So it's actually got different weapons, and it's actually got different abilities in game as well. Right, so let's push on to the next unit, which is the Terminators. Now, let me just try and get this right. We had the Assault Terminators, which we had in the in the actual beta, but these are the new Terminators which you can get, which are, yeah, the new Terminators. You can see he's got like a Cylon missile launcher on the top. I think these guys are more for ranged, whereas the other ones, of course, they were Assault Terminators, so they're going to be more close quarter in combat. You can see the offense on them, the defense, utility, the difficulty, and it is a nuker unit, so basically this is just for getting the max amount of damage onto someone and spraying and killing them as fast as you possibly can. All in all, again, I think looks pretty nice. The units, the models look pretty cool. I love Cylon missile launchers and tabletop and how they work and stuff. It's basically you have little warheads on top of your head. You shoot off and kill everything. So it is quite fun. Again, we have the Select Elite Doctrine, and over here we have just all the abilities on the top. So let's go back, because I think we're nearing the end a bit now. Oh, that was the wrong thing to do. If we go down here and we look at the Venerable Dreadnought, because this is something which I didn't think would actually get as an elite unit. I must have been kept out the loop for that, but this is an elite unit, and believe it or not, I see this unit played a lot in multiplayer. I haven't tried it myself, as you can see I haven't bought it, but I see this a lot, so I think this will be my next elite purchase to see how it goes, because a lot of people use it, and that plasma cannon can do a lot of damage to the units on the battlefield. It does a big AoE splash, and yeah, as you can see up here, it says a nuka unit. You know, the offense, defense, difficulty. So it does look like a pretty elite unit on the actual battlefield itself. Let me just go back and just quickly look at the actual the knight itself, because we actually never went in and looked at it close up and stuff like that. But this is the knight, as we said before. This is, well, where we've got the Ultramarine symbol on at the moment. Again, all the skills up. You can see the offense, defense, and the difficulty of the knight up here. It is a tank slash nuker. These are some of the abilities: the Reaper Chainsword, Sweep, Piercing Shot, and Ion Shield. So pretty cool. I actually like the effect, like coming out of its helm here. Oh, obviously the knight, the pilot doesn't sit here; he sits inside of it here. Stuff. This is just like a robotic head, but yeah, pretty cool model. I like it. I actually like that I can take my chapter on the battlefield now instead of Knight Salaria. I always get struggle with that name. Knight Salaria, who basically has a level 10 Chaos Knight when it comes to it. So what I'm going to do right now during this, I'm going to go down to Hammers of Dawn, which I'm playing the ton out of in this game on multiplayer. Go down to Elites, and I have a nice Hammer of Dawn. How about that for a nice colour scheme? You cannot get better than that. And you can actually bring, you know, 2 knights on the battlefield if you wanted to. Obviously, this unlocks at level 9 and 10, so this is basically a lot of end game stuff. But 2 knights on the battlefield, Holy Emperor Protect, who you're ever fighting against. Anyway, let's move on and let's look at the Orc Elite Units. Okay, and moving on to the Orcs, we've also got, obviously, new units added. Remember last time we had Gorguts here, we had the Gorkanaut, we had, where is he? We had this guy, the Weird Boy, down here. We had the big mech, Wazamaka, love that name, and we had the Mad Dread. Now, what we've got added, we've got another Gorkanaut, we've got a Commando, and we've got Mega Knobs, and we've got these guys here, the Storm Boys. So first I'm just going to show you the Storm Boys. These are the Storm Boys over here. It, again, just like the Knight from the other section, you can actually change these depending on what army you're playing. I've got freebooters at the moment, and let's just change it to Blood Axes. And if we pop back to the Elite screen, you can see it has changed to the Blood Axes, which is green. Let's just jump around and let's just show off some of these other Orc heroes. So the first new ones, which are now in the full game, are the Mega Knobs again. These guys can they go with basically what army you've got selected. As you can see here, the green of the Blood Axes. Over here we've got the abilities: enable combi rockets, which I love that. A electric wall with a nice K on the end, because of course Orc spell strange. Up here we've got basically what they are, so it's a crowd control slash tank. The abilities here at the top, the stats here on the top right, and the doctrine you can select here. Have you got any fancy skins? Oh, just check. Yes, they've got banners when they have the nice fancy mastery skin at the top. Well, it looks like they've only just got banners. I can't really tell. I wish they had like side-by-side comparisons, but hey, that's another thing from maybe another day. Right, so let's move along and let's look at the next hero, which is the Commando. So let's go in and look at the Commando, and here he is. I actually really like this model. I love his little backpack full of heresy, and he's got a nice little gun here. He's got some, of course, his chains, his cigar and stuff. This guy's basically, and well, it says here nuclear crowd control, so he's going to be like popping up out of stealth and doing a lot of things. Down here, look, yeah, there we go. Look, stun trap and sneaker. So those are 2 of his abilities there. Again, up here is all his stuff you can unlock. Let's see what the last one is. Make your elite shine in battle, of course. Oh, so the master skin's 9. Commando's command warning. Okay. These are the stats up here, so we can see offense, defense, utility, difficulty, and again the elite doctrine down here. Right, let's push on because I want to show off the I think it's the Gorkanaut next. Yes, it is the Gorkanaut. Now this is not the Gorkanaut which we were actually used to with the other one. This is just like the Knight, where you can actually select it with the colour of what army you're selecting. So again, it's Blood Axes at the moment, and if we change to, let's go back to freebooters, and let's go back to the Elite tab here, and down here, and you can actually see again it has changed to the freebooters colour scheme. So this is probably for someone who's a bit more lore friendly, who, just like me, I like matching my army with my colours and stuff like that. This is the chap for you, and you can see he's a nuclear assassin. He's got some pretty good stats, rocket fist, and all Dadaka. Awesome ability. Right, let's go back. I think we've got one more to show off if I'm not mistaken. No, that is it. That is it with the orcs. Sorry. That is it with the orcs. Let's push on and let's look at the Eldar, chaps. And here we have the Eldar Elite. So if you remember last time what we had, let me just open this up. We had the Farseer, of course. We had the Wraith Knight, which you're seeing on the far right. We had Ronan over here. We had this chap over here, the Wraith Lord, and we had Zanja over here. So some of the new units that have been added. First, let me probably just go over here, because you can see some of the ones right in the middle is the Striking Scorpion unit. Now, the Striking Scorpion unit you can actually match to your craft world, but obviously you can't match the full armor. So if you see the guns and like the tassels they've got in their hair, this is what I've got actually matching with the army paint. Or if I just change this around, let me just go with a nice bright one so you can see. Let's go with Yemlock. Let's go down here, then we go back to elites, and you can see like their guns now have changed from yellow to white, and their tassels have got the same colour at the bottom there. That's basically as far as you can go with the actual customization of colours on the Eldar. They're not very customable like the other races, which is a shame, but of course you have to stick with lore in this kind of game. Right, let's go and look at another hero. So another hero that's been added is the Etriarch Kyrie. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So this is him here. You can see he's a crowd control nuker. I think he's a swooping hawk, if I'm not mistaken. He's got the swooping hawk style. I actually really like the model as well. I actually like his face. His face looks really, really cool. I actually really like this model. I love his little purple locks. But yes, this is him. You can see some of his abilities here. Plasma Grenade, Eldritch Winds, and Sky Leap. Down here, his abilities here at the top. You can see his difficulty to play, utility, defense, and offense here. And he unlocks at level 5. Let's see if I can get the Mastery skin, see what it looks like. I think, well, was that? No, that's the Mastery skin. That looks pretty nice. So he's got a nice little golden skin when you reach Mastery level with him. Very, very nice model. I really, really do like that. Okay, let's go back and let's look at the next unit which was added, and let's go with the Warp Spiders. So these are the Warp Spiders. I've gone against these a couple of times in multiplayer. They are a nightmare. Very difficult, as you can see, to play in the game, but of course, like the Eldar race, as soon as you master them, you can become very, very, very ruthless with that armor. Teleport ability they've got, and they've also got slow mines. So what happens with slow mines? You throw a mine out and it slows the armor. Who would have thought? So some of the abilities up here, offense, defense, and utility. Again, assassin / crowd control with these chaps. Let's look at the Mastery skin. Let's have a little look with these guys. You can see here, look, they've got a bit more. There's basically just pimped them up with gold, and they've got a bit more visual effects coming out. Some of the nozzles and stuff over here, you can see when I spin it around, it looks like a nice little disco party. So that looks pretty nice. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we've got one more, which is the actual Wraith Knight itself. So just like the Gorkanaut and the Knight, you can match this to whatever army you've got. So let me just go to the army painter. Let's go back to another colour. Let's go back to the Black Suns, and then let's go to Elites. Get the Knight back up here, and you can see the colour has changed to that faction's colour scheme. So yeah, that's how it looks. Again, it's got some abilities up here: Focus Beam, the Rift, and the Jump. I've actually saw this being used in combat. It's absolutely devastating, that Focus Beam. I think it needs a nerf. Nerf Eldar. It's like being an EC all over again. Offense, defense, utility, and difficulty here. And as you can see, it's a nuker and it comes in at level 9. Let's actually see the Mastery skin for it. Let's see what it gives us with the good old Mastery skin. Again, more gold makes you look a bit more pimpish. So that is it with the added heroes in the full game. Tell me what you think in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback on some of them. If you've been using them or fighting with them, then again, I would love to hear all your feedback. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I just wanted to put it out there just to update some people, because there's a lot of interest in my other elite unit video. So I hope I've give you some more information, and I hope I've helped you today. So thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you now, chaps, and bye bye.